Afternoon traders, how are we? Welcome to Simply Forex. Welcome to the live stream. I'm just checking everything is up and running. Yes, it is. How are we? Hope you're all good, guys. Hope you're having a good trading week. For a lot of you, it will be your first week back, right? So yeah, not always going easy going back to work, but I'm going to show you exactly how my week has been so far. And I'm actually going to show you how I, without blowing my own trumpet, I've traded well, but the results are not quite there. I'm pretty much at like a break-even week, if you like. But I'm going to show you exactly what I mean, right? And weeks like this is where you earn your money, right? And I'm going to show you exactly what I mean, guys. Also, we are going to reveal the winner of the $5,000 prop firm challenge. I have my wheel of names ready. So we're going to do that, guys. And we're going to take as many of your questions as we can. All right. So please get your questions over to me, guys. And remember, you can ask me anything about trading. So don't be shy. Ask as many questions as you like. My New Year's resolution is going well, right? My 50 days of non-drinking. Admittedly, I'm only about 7 days in, but it's, it's going all right. Yeah, how are your New Year's resolutions going? So let's take a look at the trades I've had this week, and let's have a look at a trade I got into today. In fact, we're going to start with the trade that I got into today, and it's this US dollar Japanese yen trade, right? So there you can see my trade, guys, and I'm going for my 1:1, and then if we do hit target, I'll take some profit and let some profit run. But let's understand the trade first, right? So if we go to the daily chart, right, you can see that we are in an uptrend. yes, Bass. As you can see, guys, we're in an uptrend, all right? So you don't need to be Warren Buffett to know that, okay? We're getting higher highs. These lows are holding. We're getting higher lows, right? And this is where we're at. We're also getting nice bullish candles now, right? We're seeing a bit of US dollar strength in the market, right, last couple of days. And you can see that in the candles. Read candlesticks. They give you so much information. So I'm seeing all of these things, uptrend, bullish candles, and we've still got all this room to move into, potentially up to here, right? So that's what the daily's telling me. And if we just take a quick look at the weekly as well, there's that room I'm talking about. Now, things are a little bit overextended here, but look, we haven't quite gotten up into this resistance level up here. So there's still room to go, right? And if you look at the weekly, right, it's clearly in an uptrend, right? And we got a nice bullish weekly candle last week. In fact, the last 3 candles have been bullish. Bullish, bottom wick, bullish candle. All right, so that tells me there's still room to come up. Obviously, yen is a flight to safety, and there's a lot of shit going down in the world. But, the yen has not been that reactive, right? It's still going up, right? This trade is still going up, okay? So daily and weekly told me I could buy this. And then if we look at the H4, guys, it's a really nice H4 uptrend, okay? I was waiting for a break of this level. So why was I waiting for a break of that level? Well, if you look at this, we was in a downtrend at this point, right? And then we started kind of ranging, and then we got a break, okay? I got a nice retrace into value, stopped below here, target back at these highs. And if that's not enough confluence, we also have this trend line where price is, really obeying with US dollar yen as well. All right, so lots of reasons to like this buy trade. Hence, I entered the bloody thing. All right, and this is, this is the trade that I am in. So this is my only new trade. All right, guys, I can see a lot of you coming in now. So good. Hello, everyone. Hope you're all well. Please leave a question. Don't be shy. But I really want to talk to you now about my trading week, right? Because if I show you my trades, right, if we go to the Discord channel, and this is the VIP Discord. So my trade started here. This was my first trade of the year, this New Zealand yen. Then we had US dollar CAD sells, and now we're in US dollar yen buys, right? And you can see I share my trades. I put the results in. So US dollar CAD sell was break even, and New Zealand yen, we hit the stop loss for a small loss, right? And I'm now in this trade. So, you know, I'm 0.25% down, but I want to show you how good that minus 0.25% is. You're probably thinking, Tom, what have you been drinking or smoking? Nothing, because I'm on a 50-day sobriety. Is that the right word? So, you know, let me show you why I think this is a good week, a really good week, because sometimes you're going to have these weeks like New Zealand yen, right, where, you know, you've gotten into the trade for the right reasons. I've explained this trade throughout the week. Daily's in an uptrend, weekly's looking good. So I was getting in on this trade. But on the H4, right, you know, we had this break. I actually got in on this big bullish candle here, right? And then we got this break of this level through here. And I'm thinking, Tom, you're a bloody genius. This is flying up. But what I'm not is arrogant enough to just think this will go up, right? The market can do what the F it likes, right? It really can. If you've been trading for literally 5 minutes, you know that the market does what the hell it likes. So I have to trade what the chart tells me from a price action point of view. And I can see Bas in the live chat. Me and Bas were chatting about this very trade in the VIP Discord, right? And these were the last lows, right? And my stop loss was down here. I actually moved my stop loss from here to here when this trade started doing this, okay? But the last low changed, right? It was here, then it moved to here. You can clearly see this level through here was a key support level, right? Now, when I got this candle that broke this H4 level, this was one of the reasons I got out, okay? So I just closed the trade here, right? And it worked out about 0.25% because I actually added to the position in here as well, all right? So I've saved all of this pain. I would currently be in pain. Not pain's the right word, but I'd currently be in drawdown, right? And you know, and it's not a place I want to be if I can help it. Sometimes I can't help it, but this was a clear H4 structure break, right? Plus, if you look at the daily, right, things are not doing what I wanted them to do. Right, so we was in this uptrend, right? We had these nice bullish candles, right? And these are the reasons I entered the trade, right? But the market is not doing what I want it to do. I don't expect it to go bang, hit target every time. Of course not. But a couple of things I do expect are, you know, not to start seeing top wicks and, you know, bearish candles, which was what yesterday's daily candle was, right? So I don't want to see them, and right, I don't want to see that H4 structure break that we saw, right? So on that basis, I exited this trade here, right? And I showed you literally the Discord, the VIP Discord, and I share my result of the trade, right? So I think that is a well-managed trade, because I've traded the facts that were presented to me. I wasn't arrogant enough to think I entered a New Zealand yen buy trade. You know, my analysis was great. It must go up. No, right? I'm flexible. As Bruce Lee said, he didn't he say be like water, and that is what I'm like. Yeah, so fluid. And the other one I want to show you is US dollar, Canadian dollar, right? You can see the trade here, right? You can only see the result because I got out of this trade, right, at break even. And what a result that was. This would have been a losing trade, right? But again, I was flexible enough to change my view, right? So I entered because of this daily candle. But when I saw this daily candle, I wanted to get the hell out of the trade, right? Price action tells me to do this. Candles tell me to do this. This broke this high. Therefore, we had a break of daily trend. I 100% want to get out of the trade, right? And then on the H4, I managed to do that, right? Price just came down and I closed the trade. So this could have been minus 1%, right? If I hadn't managed the trade, but it was break even. And New Zealand yen, I took a small loss, but this could have been, I could have been, my stop loss was roughly in here. Yeah, I would have been stopped out of this trade and took a minus 1% loss as well. So what could have been a minus 2% is now a minus 0.25%. And that is the power of managing. That's the power of the dark side. No, that's the power of managing trades, right? I've saved myself so much I've saved myself so much money, right, by managing the trade. And again, guys, if you want numerous tutorials on this, please go check out my complete Forex trading course, and or come and check out the VIP Discord, right? There's numerous tutorials on how I manage trades. It's so important, right? And then, we're currently in a little bit of profit with this US dollar yen trade. So we'll see how this plays out. Now, if this shoots up, right, and I come up to here, I'd make 1%. I'll probably leave some profit running. If that does happen, right? If it don't, I can also manage this trade. My stop loss is down here. But if it starts breaking that low now, right, and it starts breaking out of this channel, again, I would be looking to potentially get out of this trade early. And if I did, potentially I get out here, that would be a 0.4% loss, right? I am minimizing my losses. Right, so I've had to have a little rant there, guys, because it's so important. So important. I'm going to have a drink of water. And guys, as always, if you enjoy my analysis, then please go check out, don't check out anything. Subscribe to the channel, smash the notification button, and please smash that like button. I'm going to have a drink. Right, let's say hello to a few people turning up. Who have we got in the house? Hello to the TikTok massive as well. TikTok, can somebody please leave me a rose? It's like Valentine's Day. Luigi, hi, how are you? Nicholas, hi. Brett, how are you, Brett? Bass is the man I was talking to the New Zealand yen trade about. After 50 days with Tom sober, we all need a drink. Yes, Bass, this is true. You won't like me sober. Niraj, hi, how are you? Niraj, pound US dollar, good for a long. Okay, we'll take a look at that. Lee, how are you? Lee is also having a dry year, I believe, or I think he's given up drink entirely. And Bass, okay, brilliant. So Bass got out of that trade for a 0.1% loss as well. Yeah, so Bass, that is excellent trading. It really is. Yeah, I'm deadly serious about that. That's good trading. And as Lee says here, yeah, trade what you see, what the chart tells you. Yeah, exactly. Trading what you want to see is technical analysis dressed up as gambling. Exactly. Trade what you see, not what you want. Right, guys. Afternoon, CJ. Hi, Nero. Right, let's have a look at pound US dollar for Niraj. And here we go. Now, I think I've analyzed pound US dollar pretty much every day this week. And it's the same old story. Why is it slowing down? It's because I think I'm live on TikTok as well. I've got too many things going on. Now, as I've said previously in the week, we're clearly in an uptrend. That is not in any doubt, right? And after this candle, I was a pound US dollar buyer. But ever since I've seen this candle, I wasn't. I don't want to buy into this candle. I don't want to buy into that candle. So if you say to me, is pound US dollar a buy trade right now? I would say absolutely not, right? Although it is getting to an interesting level right here. But I need to see something happen, right? I need to start seeing some, a bullish candle or something happen here for me to want to start buying this, right? And what you also have to bear in mind, guys, is that it's already Thursday, okay? And if we go to the weekly chart, we are at a resistance level here. And if the weekly candle finished like that, right, I've just said we've got 1.5 trading days to go. But if the weekly candle finished like that, regardless of the daily trend, would you want to buy that? Answers on a postcard, right? And on that postcard, it should say no bloody way, right? So no is... to put it in a word, Niraj. So I'm just kicking my light here. I've got this new light. I've got a new camera. I've got a new light. Got all the gear. But yeah, pound US dollar, no, right? If the weekly candle finishes like this, okay? So let's wait and see, right? Let's see what happens down here. And if we get a reaction, then potentially, but know that this is a resistance level. So yeah, a bit of wait and see. And again, all I'm doing, as with all of my trades that I've managed this week, and I don't mean to go on about it, but these are the weeks where I earn my money by not losing money, right? Those weeks where everything, when you enter a trade and you've literally got a perfect entry and it goes up and hits target, then the following day you have the same and it goes up and hits target. Those weeks are just easy, right? You're not really earning your money. I know that may seem a little, counterintuitive, but you're not. It's these weeks where stuff isn't going in your favor where you earn your money, right? And it's all based on doing what the chart tells you. So when I look at pound US dollar, I am just doing what the chart tells me to do. I don't have any preconceived ideas. I don't think, the Prime Minister, Keir Starmer's a twat. Rachel Reeves is a moron. They're buggering the economy, blah, blah, blah. The interest rate's doing this, CPI's doing this. So I think this. I don't trade like that. I don't have any preconceived ideas, right? Obviously, I know what's going on in these countries, right? But it doesn't factor in really. The only thing that truly matters and is truly facts based is what's in front of you. So just trade that, guys, right? Been very serious on this live stream today. So Niraj, pound US dollar, not touching that with yours. What else are we looking at? Right, Bass, Aussie dollar, New Zealand dollar. I like Aussie dollar, New Zealand dollar too this morning. Which direction, Bass? Are you on about selling it? Yeah, are you on about selling it? Let's have a look at Aussie dollar, New Zealand dollar. Because again, we've talked about this one this week as well. I feel like we've talked about pound US dollar and Aussie dollar, New Zealand dollar every day this week. And also, guys, because I'm running this on TikTok as well, am I a little bit slow? Are my lips catching up with what I'm saying, or is everything fine? Please let me know. I will sack the technician. So for me, Aussie dollar, New Zealand dollar is becoming a sell trade, right? But we're in an uptrend. So if you look at the daily chart, right, we are in an uptrend, clearly. And even this daily candle's broken this level, right? I think it was Ravi the other day, actually, right? So you start seeing this big bullish candle, you can get carried away, and then you'll have a rude awakening, right? Because what's happening here is you're getting a break on the daily, but be careful because the weekly could close back inside. So the daily's broken that level. If you look at the weekly, right, you could end up with a candle that looks like this, right? Do you want to buy into that candle? No, of course you don't, right? So this level is potentially becoming a sell area, right? And then if we look at the monthly, you know, very bizarre monthly, but this is the level, right? This candle would suggest we're looking for sells, right? That is a big monthly selling candle, okay? But then you've got this candle. But even if we got a big monthly candle that did that, I still don't want to buy it. It's just too overextended, all right? And we've still got a long way to go this month. But the weekly, if this does close back in here, I'm more inclined to sell it, right? And again, if you get a big bullish candle that does that, I still don't want to buy it. We're a little bit overextended. So I'm going to wait and see what the weekly candle does at this level. And judging by this daily candle, I would surmise that weekly candle will close back into this level. All right. So, yeah, not interested at the moment. If we do get that big weekly candle, you know, and we start seeing maybe a breakdown in structure, I'm very much a Aussie dollar, New Zealand dollar seller, less inclined to buy it. So hope that helps, Bass. Hi, CJ, FJ Monts, FJ. Hi, Tom, new here. Love the channel. Thoughts on Aussie dollar, US dollar? Well, thank you very much for the kind words. I will pay you later. Okay, let's have a look at Aussie dollar, US dollar. And then after this, guys, we are going to reveal the winner of the $5,000 challenge. Exciting. Don't know why I've done that with my fingers. Very weird. Before we look at Aussie dollar, US dollar, it's important to point out this, right? We have US dollar data later, right? This initial jobless claims, right? We've had a lot of employment data come out. So before you do anything, you might want to keep an eye on this. I am in US dollar, Japanese yen, so I want to see a strong dollar, right? I want to see this better than expected. But Aussie dollar, US dollar, you know, bear in mind that I'm buying US dollar yen. That very trade says that I am seeing US dollar strength, right? And we've seen a little bit of strength come into the US dollar last couple of days. We have, right? Now, on the daily, again, Aussie dollar, US dollar is an interesting one, right? Because on the daily, right, we're clearly in an uptrend. We've got this break here. We're getting higher highs, right? We're getting higher lows. Everything says buy on the daily, except the candles, right? I do not want to buy that candle. And if this candle finishes like this, I do not want to buy that candle. It's a very similar scenario to pound US dollar. Obviously, they are highly, highly correlated. So ultimately, daily says I'm looking for buys, but the candle says I can't buy it yet. Let's have a look at the weekly. And this is what I'm talking about, right? It's another one. It's the same with Aussie dollar, New Zealand dollar. It's exactly what I'm talking about here as well. Now, if this weekly candle finished like this, would you want to buy it? Even if daily's in an uptrend, would you want to buy that candle? And the answer is hell no. Yeah, so we're at a resistance level, right? It's trying to hold on to that level, right? Let's have a look at the monthly. Yes, so you can see the monthly is holding on here as well. Although the month, yeah, we're kind of here with the monthly, right? Which is, don't get me wrong, that's probably about 12 million pips, right? But that's, you know, that's where we are, right? We're kind of between here and here. Monthly's not telling me too much there, really. Yeah, so again, daily says I should buy it. The daily candles don't. And the weekly candle, let's see how this finishes. If we get, in this example, if we do get a bullish weekly candle like this, and we clearly break all of these highs in here, then I am interested in buying, right? If we go back to the daily, if you can imagine what that will look like, that would basically mean tomorrow we got a nice big bullish green candle that looked like that. And that would be the end of the week, right? And then we would clearly have a weekly break, right? Because that would be the weekly candle finished. Then I'm interested in buying Aussie dollar, US dollar. But right now, no trade, right? I've got to stop kicking my light. If you hear like everything come cluttering down in a minute, it's because I'm kicking the crap out of all my equipment. Yeah, and there's something else I wanted to share with this, guys, but I can't remember. All right, guys. So yeah, FJ, hope that helps with Aussie dollar, US dollar. Yeah, that's what I was going to say, guys. You know, that's why I trade 28 currency pairs. If you look down the left, yeah, right. These are all my currency pairs that I look at. I look at gold, NASDAQ, crude, because it's important that I understand what's going on with those indices and oil and commodities, right? But you know, I filter the daily, the trades every day. So I look at 28 currency pairs every single morning, and then I will filter it down to a few trades, right? And if you want those few trades, right, they're all here, right? Let me just show you. Right, so Tom's Daily Trades. We cunningly named that room Tom's Daily Trades. So you can see on Thursday, today, right, these are all my trades. So I look at 28 currency pairs, look at the facts of the chart, and then I'm left with sometimes no trades, sometimes 1, 2, 3, 4, sometimes 10 pairs that I can look at. So today I will only look at these 4 pairs. Right, and I am in US dollar yen buys. Right, so again, guys, if you haven't already, please come join the free Discord, and you can have these ideas for free every day, and you can check against what you're seeing in the market, see if you're seeing the same thing, right? So yeah, come join the free Discord. Right, what else we're getting? Okay, so SPAS is going long. Yeah, I wouldn't go long Aussie dollar, New Zealand dollar. Hi, Max. How are you? This is very true. Nero says the only preconceived idea is Gal Gadot's beauty. That is factual, not in question, and will remain. Even when she's 94, she will be beautiful. Anyway, right. Let's do this, guys, right? Let's find out the winner of the $5,000 funded challenge. Let's do that right now. So this is everyone who entered. And to enter, all you had to do was join the free Discord and answer a very simple trading question, right? So Are you ready? We are going to find out the winner of the $5,000 funded challenge. I have a drummer that I've bought in especially for today. There he is. Let's find out the winner. Dan. Dan, DM me in the free Discord, and I will get your $5,000 funded challenge, courtesy of Blueberry Funded, over to you. So congratulations, Dan. Well done. And if Dan's not in, can someone please tell Dan? Right, back to your questions, guys. A bit like we're talking about space stations here. What's going on? If I missed something here. Okay. Okay. Max likes Aussie dollar, New Zealand dollar. Sure. Okay, Bastian. What other questions have we got? Okay, so Dan the Gooner. Dan, we're playing you tonight. I hope you bloody lose. Okay, pound Swiss franc. Let's have a look at pound Swiss franc now, guys. Before we do, if I could please ask everyone to subscribe to the channel, smash the notification button, and please smash the like button. Also, guys, if you look above my head, first of all, please go check out the website, www.simply-forex.com. On there, you will get access to all of the premium trading education. We've got the Forex trading course. We've got the VIP Discord. We've got the mentorship program. We've got the Price Action Pro indicator. And just while I mentioned the Price Action Pro indicator, we've developed a new strategy that currently has 6R this week. So it's an indicator that looks for 1:2 risk to reward, and it's kicking butt. So if you want something very mechanical, please go check out the price action indicator. Also, guys, please come join our Discord channel. It's free, right? So I give you my trade ideas. There's a load of traders you can talk to. You don't need to be alone when you trade. So come join that. And then finally, guys, if you look at above my head, you can see Pepperstone. They are a world-class leading broker. And if you sign up with them today using our link, we will give you free access to the VIP. We'll give you a free Essential Trading View subscription. And for a limited time only, I'm also going to give you over 4 hours of a price action masterclass. It's a no-brainer, guys. Please take advantage of that offer. You can change, even if you switch your broker as well, whatever you want to do. Right, pound, yeah, and all the links are in the video description. I always forget to say that, and the editor slaps me when I get off the live stream. Very nasty man. Right, pound Swiss franc. Yeah, so for sales, it's difficult to disagree with sales, right? But we are in an uptrend, right? Consolidation. Where's price going to go? Bang, it's an uptrend, right? So based on that pure fact that we're in an uptrend, I want to buy the market, right? Simple as that. Now, I don't want to buy it now, right? Because we are at a resistance level, right? And, you can see we're getting a top wick. So my hunch would be that price, will make its way back down to here, right? What was once resistance becomes good support, right? And then we can look for buys back up to these highs, if not a bit further. So I want to buy pound Swiss franc, although it's not a buying opportunity now. And I want to buy it because it's in an uptrend. Simple as that, right? Now, if we go to the weekly, you can see that we are Do you know what? I don't even like, I'm going to remove this level. Actually, let's look at the daily chart. Okay, that is a level, but really, we've got to include that high now. You can, I will refresh my support and resistance levels, guys, as I go when I see something. And I think you have to include that high now. You can see price has reacted in here historically, right? So I've made the support and resistance level bigger, but it was necessary to take into account more touches of that level, right? So I think we're at a resistance level as well, right? And, we clearly are here, right? It reacted very much at that level. So in that respect, I can understand sells, but we're in an uptrend. So you've got conflict, right? You've got contradiction. And I just don't want any contradiction in my trading. Right? If I'm going to look for a buy trade, I want everyone, or not every time frame. You're not going to get it, but I want everything pulling in the same direction, right? And here it isn't. Now, if you let's look at the H4. Okay. Now, if you said, Tom, you have to trade it, otherwise we will drag you by a horse on some gravel. Then, sorry guys, just laughing at my own joke. Then I would only trade it if this happened, really, right? If we got a break of this level, this kind of idea, and then we got a retrace, and then I would take it back down to these last highs. That's the only way I would look for a sell. I would need to see at least the H4 breaking down if the daily is still in an uptrend, right? So yeah, that's the scenario I would be looking for, right? There's nothing saying that this couldn't just come up back up here and then come back up to test these highs, if not a bit further, right? There's nothing telling me to sell this really as yet. There's not enough telling me to sell it. So for me, Dan the Gooner, not yet, not a sell trade, and hope you lose tonight. Although I don't think you are. Slightly worried about tonight's game. It is Liverpool, my team, versus Arsenal. And Arsenal are very hot right now, and Liverpool are very shit right now. Right, what else are we looking at? What else we got? Stress relief. What's your win rate? Straight to the point. It's around 60% is my usual win percentage. I did a little video on this, so go check that out. I did a little video on this because trading's such an unusual profession, right? Because my win rate is 60%, so I am wrong 40% of the time, right? That's a hell of a, it's a hell of lot to be wrong that amount of time, right? If you was a sports person, you're wrong 40% of the time. You're crap at that sport. If you're a teacher and you're 40% wrong in the class, you're a crap teacher, right? If you're a open heart surgeon and you kill 40% of your patients, you are a crap surgeon, right? But in trading, that is a pretty good win percentage, right? You do have to take into account other factors like risk to reward and these things, because you can have even a lower win percentage and make money, right? If your risk to reward is higher. But I typically work off a 1:1 risk to reward and then let some profit run. But yeah, it's a crazy game trading in that respect, right? You are wrong a lot. And one of the biggest problems with new traders is they're not comfortable with being wrong, right? All your life, you've chances are you're going to be right more than 60%. In your job, you're going to be right more than 60%. At school, you were probably right more than 60%. So when you start doing something where you are wrong a lot of the time, it's very difficult to accept. Very difficult. And it was one of the biggest things I had to overcome, right, with my trading. Is you do all of this analysis, right? You look at the charts, you're looking at multiple time frames, you're looking at price action, right? You enter a trade perfectly according to your strategy. You've got a tight control of your money and risk management. You feel psychologically wonderful, right? Everything's perfect, and then it's still a losing trade. It's very difficult to accept that, but it becomes easier, once you've been trading a very long time, right? And I've been doing this for, 17 years. So I just know over the long run, I will be right more than I'm wrong, and therefore I will make money, right? And if you want to see all of my trading results, they're all in the free Discord, right? You can go and check them out. So if you want more information, stress release, go join the free Discord and take a look. And all of my trades are in the VIP Discord, right? My entry, stop loss, take profit, how they and the outcome, the result. So go check it all out in the VIP. This is an excellent idea. Gal Gadot, Tom, if you could get a cardboard cutout of her and have it as your stream backdrop, I will work on this, Lee. I think this is an excellent idea. I might even get like a cardboard one where she's got her arms around my neck and she's, looking like she's kissing me. Oh, dear. So, yeah, you might see Gal Gadot in the next live stream. Right, what else are we looking at, guys? Thanks, Tom. Right, Dan the Gooner reckons it'll be 2-1 to the Gooners. Hope you're wrong. Okay, Max is saying, Tom, I'm wrong 70% of the time on average. And I know Max has, a very nice track record with trading. So, it really, you just to go on a little bit more about that point, you really need to understand the statistics of your own trading. You need to understand your win percentage. You need to understand your risk to reward. You need to understand how many trades you get, because, on average, how many trades you get a week, right? Because then you could do some forecasting, right? You could say, I'm forecasted to earn this, right? Based on those figures. And it also helps you understand when you are going for a losing period, right? So know your own statistics. Bass said 60% of 50 days not drinking. Yeah, there's a 40% probability I may break, but I'm not going to, Bass. I'm staying strong. Exactly. You can't win the Premier League with that win rate. Exactly. Right? It's in any other walk of life, you being right 60% of the time is crap. But in trading, you will make money, right? So there you go, guys. Guys, please don't forget to subscribe to the channel, smash the notification button, and please smash the like button. Please go check out the website for all of our premium education, and please come join our free Discord channel. We've got a great community, guys, and we want you to be part of it, so come join that. Right, this is the last live stream of the week, but please don't forget to check out my weekly Forex forecast on Saturday, which tells you what I'm looking at for the following week, and then come back and join us on Tuesday for more live streams. All right, guys, enjoy the rest of your week. Hope Arsenal lose, and I'll see you later.